What porn did is you digitized human beings. You look at two people doing something that you're not supposed to watch because sex is supposed to be experienced. You're supposed to experience sex. You have to have sex with another person. But when you're addicted to porn, you're a watcher. You
Mhm.
watch other people do that. And in the context of that, you will start to objectify them. They're
Mhm.
no longer human beings to you. Now, if you're a boss addicted to porn and you have a secretary, and that secretary will approach you, instead of thinking strategically with what you're gonna say with your secretary, you will look at your secretary thinking that she's an object for you to release oxytocin from.
As my career progressed, as I went up the ranks, became a manager, I became exposed to adjudication boards where I had to sit in as part of HR, where we had cases like, hey, this manager is messing around with his secretary. What are we supposed to do?
Mm,
Because
mm,
clearly the secretary was a victim, so we cannot ignore her need for justice. And yet the manager involved is bringing in so much business, so we can't just terminate him because
true.
he might take
Yes.
away so many of his clients who'd move right along with him to another company, worse, a competitor. So what do we do? What do we do? So, like, and I recall during those days, because we didn't have this kind of tool to deal with it, we'd simply come up with, okay, well, why don't we give her a promotion and assign her to a
True.
different boss, maybe a
Branch.
female
Oo.
boss, and then this
Mhm.
manager who seems to be unable to keep his hands off women, we will assign a male secretary to him. And,
Mm.
and in my mind, now that I've heard what you said, it seemed a lot like Band Aid instead of really,
Yes.
you
Instead
know,
of reaching out to that
yeah,
guy, for
instead of
all you
really
know,
addressing,
he did.
oh, totoo.
Yes, for all you know, he really didn't want to do that as well. He really
Mm,
didn't want to leave his wife. He really didn't want to mess up with the secretary. If there's just, someone who can just say, come here. How about we talk? You're not a manager here. Tell me, why are you depressed? You have everything. You're a manager. And then they will just talk and talk and talk, and we will just help them process their own thoughts.